for Mike and me. Mike just pointed out DAX was down 2% at the close. I think that the when the bear markets start, it's going to start in Europe. They have all kinds of problems. That's ground zero for the next financial crisis, in my view.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
okay, then I think it spreads to Asia and then finally washes upon the shores of the U.S. So, DAX is telling you that eventually we're going to top two. I just think we need some distribution. And you know what? I'm basically, I called for 100,000 Bitcoin a while ago based upon this weekly flag that we had was, you know, back here, did on a few interviews that I was on with Real Vision. I talked about the breakout occurring here. The measured move is about 116. It's from 15 so you to 75, that's 60,000 from a breakout here. It's actually about 125. And I think that we're going to get there and in a pretty short period of time. And I'm going to be using that as a timing for the top because it's a poster boy for liquidity. So we still have some, I still think we have some time and price gains left. We still haven't gotten to 6,100 yet in the S&Ps. So, you know, uh, I just don't think it's done yet. Although the longer term stuff is pretty negative. Look at the momentum on the weekly is pretty ugly. The daily hasn't blown it out. It's just the shorter term TFs that hold me back because they're confirming. So here's a daily. It did not confirm. It's still diverging, but it's things like this. I think I need a 4 hour sell. Okay, so we're confirming here. But now, if we get a nice little pullback, you know, maybe even under 5,900, and then make another run, then the shorter term time frames will line up with what the weekly and daily is
That's a
saying.
pro segue, coach. Really very smooth. I'm
So
serious.
yeah, so that's kind of it could be by Thanksgiving, could be
Why do you
even in
say that?
December.
Why do you pick that date, coach? And I'm really I know that you look. Why do you pick that date? I'm learning.
Well, actually,
Is it
uh,
one of those shorter, low volume situations that maybe it catches people off guard, if you will?
no, it just needs more time and price
Okay,
work. But I did see something today that showed what happened after Reagan won
I
in the
saw that too.
landslide.
I saw it too.
Okay, so when did it topped on November 27th? So if we're going to run some type of analogy with the red sweep, um, watch that day because that's how long it lasted in, what was that, 1980 when he was elected, 82?
Yeah.
Anyway, so, and plus the 6,100 level, which is something I've been talking about for months. That used to be Dave's old target. Then he raised it to 7,000. But, I've shown this chart over and over again that, the 21 high was 4,800. The breakout was 4,800. The formation from 35 to 48 is 1,300 handles. 1,300 handles from 48 gives you 61. And so far, the high's like 60/20, I believe, was yesterday. What's this high right here? 60/30. So, I mean, we're getting closer, but, you know, uh, I could see a pullback, but, it's got to rally again after this and start diverging on shorter TFs. And I think what might help it, and I know it's been relentless, but I think the dollar has to come off to get that last kind of moonshot in the market. Um, yeah, I mean, the metals are probably due for a bounce, but I don't think it's going to be a bounce for a move to new highs. I still think there's lower numbers coming. I'm thinking January for buys in. miners and gold. 2,400 is looking more likely, isn't it? When I was talking about it, we were 28, and $28 silver is looking more likely now. When I was talking about it, it was 34. So, and you haven't missed anything in the shares, especially if, you were in best of breed. They have to reset and get people bearish. And I'm starting to hear bearish arguments that it's over in gold. It's now about growth. But, I mean, this is pretty damaging what Newmont did in a matter of weeks. Same with GDX. None of them look good to me. I think you could be patient and, you know, there'll be another opportunity next year. Plus, you know what, Mike? We might have a lot of tax loss selling because people didn't come early to the party in the miners. Most of them bought. Am I giving you a headache? I
No,
know
I'm thinking
most of.
about how they came in late for the cryptos too. Same thing. I'm listening. How they
Yeah,
came in late for the miners, tax
yeah,
selling. Believe me, I'm in.
yeah. So there could be some tax selling in the miners too, because most people probably are long from in here, and there's going to be tax selling in Newmont because even if you were a smart buyer, you don't have money made anymore. So that's about all I have to say. Yields are still climbing. I still think there's a pullback in yields coming back to 4%. But short term, I've been wrong about the strength in yields and the strength in the dollar. I took one new shot today. I put it in the room. I shorted Canada. It looked like a stop hunt to me.
How
Here's a
dare you do
4
that
hour.
to Justin Bieber? No, no.
Yeah. Anyway, we took out this double top, which was 90, and it took it out, and we're underneath that stop now. So um, we'll see. That's what I'm taking a shot at today. That's the only new thing I did. And, I don't like to rub it in, but
Rub it in.
I was pounding the table on natural gas
Yeah,
for, all through this period here. You know what? Don't fall for every gap has to be filled because I don't think this gap's going to be filled for a long time because there are different gaps. There are common gaps, area gaps. To me, this is a breakaway gap.
okay.
Okay, we just broke away from this. We didn't trade through it. You have a lot of shorts trapped still, probably, all the way back here, people that were short, hedgers. So natural gas looks great. Couple issues. EQT looks good, and for pipelines, KMI, but I wouldn't chase those either. I'd wait for some kind of pullback, maybe into next year too. I wouldn't chase anything here. So,
Yeah.
and then I'm hoping I get a rally in Apple. I'm going to
You
start
got it. You
short.
got it today. It's a flight to safety. Mega. That's the only thing that's up.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's got to do more work. I want to short
Oh,
it up here. So, just like I think the S&Ps aren't done, I want to see where a lot of stuff is when the S&Ps are 6,100. And I think Apple might be up here. Okay, so I think one of the reasons is there's going to be problems with China. Tim Cook is not part of the club.
that's true.
So, I think
I
that
am.
you're part of the club, okay.
You know when
But
they say they know,
yeah,
I'm
you're
they.
they.
Yeah.
Why did they? You're they.
Like
Uh,
say what they knew, or look at someone
yeah,
knew. I'm the someone.
yeah. Nvidia still looks, starting to diverge. It looks okay. Anyway, this is something I'm looking at shorting. Um, they're killing the home builders again today. Here's DH Horton's down $5. I was hoping we'd get a rally back to 180, 184. Could still happen. And Mike pointed out Lennar the other day, and that looks pretty ugly too. But if the melt up continues, there should be better levels to try and sell this stuff. That's what that's my preferred, if that's how I want the market to accommodate me. You never could count on it accommodating you, but if it does, so now I have trades planned. In fact, someone today asked me for a tip on how to stop over trading. And I said, don't trade anything that you haven't planned in advance.
Not bad.
Okay,
Bravo.
because if you've planned it, it's not gonna be impulse trading.
I agree.
So you can
Well
avoid
put.
that.
Mhm.
So write it down, know what your plan is, and
Or,
you'll trade less.
or I have a couple of really probably just as well, actually not a better idea. You can go to our YouTube channel, just watch our go to the YouTube channel, watch our old videos, and
Yeah,
learn.
yeah. So we talk about these things. And so, I want to see something else, and I'm going to count on you to let the whole community know when the greedometer gets to greed. We're not there yet, are we?
No.
Where are we at now?
Between sure. Well, let's go if you want to share the screen.
Yeah.
We'll
Oh,
share you
yeah. Here, I'll give it to you now.
because I'll tell
Because
you one thing: surfs
go-
up. Freaking right on. Sent it 21 minutes ago. To even though we were
going to
posting
talk about it. Yeah.
the fear and greed. I'm not going to talk about it. It's self-explanatory. There it is.
Yeah.
You talk all you want. I mean, there's some
We're
things that are still ripping. That okay.
okay. It's greed, but okay. But
Well,
I
here,
want to see extreme greed, and I think that's going to take
I don't think
yields
you're going to
coming
get it.
off. Huh?
I don't think you're going to get it. Viking
You might.
Therapeutic. Here's best of breed. Well, you're not going to get it, Coach, when you have things already breaking down. You know what
Maybe
I
you're
mean?
right. Maybe the top's in.
Yeah, no, I said, but I don't think you're going to get.
Extreme greed?
Well, I'm going to tell you. So, what's is this telling you? Okay, if let's be honest. If the VIX were a stock, would you buy it?
Yeah. I
Okay,
wouldn't load the boats here, but I could see
okay.
I'd
Answer my question.
scale. I'd start scaling it. I wouldn't buy options on it ever again. The VIX futures actually I looked at yesterday.
Uh,
You want to pull them up because they don't have that big gap.
I shut my futures program down.
Okay.
My
All right.
question is, if you didn't know what the entity was, forget about the VIX. You say if it was a stock, would you buy it? You didn't know what it was,
No,
would you buy it?
no, I
All right.
wouldn't.
Well,
I
that's
have to be
fear.
honest. Yeah.
That's fear.
There's no fear.
So I don't think. I mean, maybe if you get extreme fear, that's gonna. I mean, that's gonna be show through the VIX. Wouldn't you believe?
I
At
want
least
to
a
see
little bit.
extreme greed. I'm waiting for extreme greed, not extreme fear
Well, I understand that, but
to
either
sell the
way,
market.
yeah, I got you. Hey, listen,
Extreme fear
everything's
happens later, next year.
everything's broken, Coach. There's no extreme fear in this thing. After earnings, nobody's fearful of Shopify.
Yeah, I noticed that. Well, right, good. Yeah, so this is part of the euphoria. I want to see more of this for the rest of the month,
Well, I don't know if
maybe
you
even into
fear.
December.
I mean, you should be fearful here if you own it. You know what I mean? So,
Okay.
wow, look at the new one. Oh, Coach, look at that. Incredible, huh?
Yeah.
All right,
I
stocks are moving. Still, you have Tesla still not giving a lot back. Meta, here's Tesla. Meta had huge buy programs this morning. Huge. Gave it all back. Huge buy programs with volume. It tested 600. So you want maybe that hit a milestone if you're looking for something. I get it.
no, I
Uh,
no, I we're not there yet. I'll say it again. We're not there yet. In fact, I don't think this is bearish. I think it's going higher. It's just a sideways consolidation before another push. What would be a sell signal to me would be for it to trade over 600. I don't know, do whatever it wants to do over 600, and then the next time closing back under 600 would be a breakout failure. That's the kind of action I would look for on Meta, but
I'm
I don't
looking
think it's
for
top.
is what I'm looking for is the biggest selling volume it did within the past 6 months here. was done 4 times at the 600 level.
Yeah.
That's to me, I don't know if I should wait the 600. 4 times with heavy volume you'd already tried. If it wasn't meta, would you buy it? No, I don't think so, Coach. I'm being honest with you.
No, I'd be looking to short it at new highs.
Okay.
I mean, what I say the first time is what I'll say, repeat the second time.
You're not going to
I
get
don't
your
think it's topped. I think I want to see new highs. I want to see him clean out the sellers that were those red bars down there, whatever it was, 600. I want to see them capitulate first before I get short. So some people will be calling it a breakout, and it will look like a breakout if it
Mhm.
happens. And then you wait for the breakout to be a 1 or 2 day event and be negated, and then you go with the trade. Then you get short.
Okay, fair.
That's just, the way I've
That's how
learned
you
how to
handle it. No, I
trade.
get it. That's how I handle other. I got you.
So, uh, what's happening? What's stronger, uranium or natural gas stocks?
Uranium gave it all back this morning. They were up several percent, 10% each. Gave it all back. Smart. There's the bar nuts. Smart. Best of breed uranium. Did the proverbial Facebook if you Meta. Not saying it's a similar chart, but that did what you wanted, Coach. Took out the new
Yeah,
high.
I wouldn't be
Uh,
long that stock. It's almost like a three drive.
well, fair. Now I get you. Now I get your point. And then
Yeah,
they gave him back.
I don't like
CCJ
that. Yeah,
is CCJ. So
I don't like
until
that either.
calls come back,
47. I think I said 47 a few weeks ago when we were up there. I said we'll be able to buy at 47, 48. Yeah, you'll get a pullback there, I think. Anyway, I think we're in historic markets right now, and I think that there are some important turning points coming. There have been a couple examples of financial crises being dumped on a new president. Okay, you had Obama with the '08 crisis. You had uh, you had Bush in 2000 with the dot com. You had uh, what else? The COVID was in between Trump's term. So I think that a lot of things that have been kind of put on the sideline are going to come home to root. It's going to be a different type of economy. So for people to expect everything to be running the way it has been running, with a maverick at the helm, um, that has a lot of different policies, I think
hmm
is naive. There's a shift coming here. So we'll see how it plays out. It might be better for Main Street than Wall Street. I think that's what, Joseph Yang of he worked on the Fed desk, Fed Guy 12, is calling it a mass redistribution of wealth. If President Trump is successful, where the wealth is going to move from corporations to uh, the middle class. That's his objective. So we'll see. That looks okay. What is that?
RSI. Jeff, we have another question here. Hi, all out. We got a lot of people here. Paul Carter. Good morning, Paul. Wants to know about crude, Coach. Before I go to charts, this is you're better at
Okay.
this.
All
You
right.
want me to share?
I would love to see. All right, here. Let me just show them the crude chart.
Sure.
So I'll just share.
I'll be right
So
with you, Jeff.
here's
RSI. Got it.
Yeah, and here's my dream scenario in WTI is going to be a fall to the low 60s. I know we're popping today. I don't, I do think that there is going to be a military strike on Iran, and I also think that America will be involved in it too. But here's my scenario for that to happen, and I don't think a lot of people say it's going to happen before President-elect Trump takes office,
I
but
hear that
it
too.
okay, I think it may wait. So here's my level. Okay, I've had this line drawn for a long time. 62, 61, 62-ish is where I'm going to be interested in trying the long side of crude. That's still $6 from here, but we could be there in, a few weeks,
Listen,
a
yeah.
month.
Wow.
This is anyway. This is my take on where I'm going to attempt a long in crude and look for a geo event. I hope that helps.
That's a hell of a plan.
Okay,
Okay.
so you got the charts back.
Yeah, I will, Coach. Thank you. All right, let's go to what do I like, Jeff? All right, well, what looks good, Michael? What do I do now when the market looks maybe it's like it's like we always do. It's one of our tools. I look for this.
Yeah, what do you again?
I
So
like for Disney. Hold on. Maybe Disney having a decent, let me go here. Disney having a
that's
decent day.
wise guy. That's wise
Well,
guy.
and you're right, Coach. Very good, because I don't like what wise guys are
Yeah,
really not the smartest. But
they're
you
just
asked,
big. They're just big shoots. They're guys that have a trust fund that can gamble big.
probably, here, Coach, Meta
Uh,
November calls. Somebody stepping in
okay,
for what? 300,000.
okay, and
Shot.
that's where I thought it could make new highs there. Right,
Okay.
we were talking meta.
Yeah.
Okay, spy bearish. I saw. I don't know if that was
I want to make a
wise
point
guy.
though. We're going to go down further, but this is what I look for. I mean, I'm not looking for, calls to stay Tuesday. I'm not looking for calls out to go Friday. It's speculative. I can do it just as good. This is what I want to see. RSI, a slow mover, has been approached by DraftKings earlier this year. Unfortunately, the news came out. I don't want that news to come out, but that's been taking calls and even going to January. And that's a stock I've been watching. So here it is. I have a position, decent position. RSI, you know, there it is. So DraftKings, as we all know, had a great move after they reported. That's the move in DraftKings. RSI is in the same group. I like the January calls. I don't care what the price is. There's the weekly. There's the
Yeah,
daily.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I like it. So that's something I look for. If the market pulls back, the thing's going to pull back, and I'm going to be able to listen. I tried to do the right thing, but over time, I don't know if I have to wait till January, but this is something. Paul Carter, thank you, Coach. This is what I look for. That's all. Uh, Mara inside day. It is. That's not. You know, when I
That's not
look at
great
Mara,
follow through, but
well, it's great
it
follow
doesn't
through.
mean anything.
When I
It's
look at
neutral to
Mara,
negative after a powerful breakout. It makes it, yeah, you know, puts a little doubt in your mind if you're long that it didn't follow through, but you still have that big gap underneath. Tough
well, it's
call.
got everything.
You know what? You know when it's a tough call? Take something off the table. If you're long in that gap and now we have an inside day, may try and pull back into the gap, take half, bank it, bank half. You're still there if it keeps going. And if it pulls back into the gap, you've booked profits and you still like the trade on the pullback, then you're recommitting with profits rather than principal. Take partials, the
Listen,
three
Mara.
P's.
Suppose you're not in it. All right, Mara.
Yeah,
Certainly, one of the ultimate compliments I can give a stock is I wouldn't short it for somebody
yeah.
that's got a thick skin to do
I
to
wouldn't
take money.
short it either.
So, you have everything you want. It's like, what it's similar to? And I ask you, Jeff, it's not similar. It's a similar mindset to the lemonade chart, obviously. But it's got all the moving averages support. Algos hit them. If you're wrong, obviously, I don't know. You might not get it 23.90. It very well could go to 22.90. That might sting a
The
little
other one
bit.
has an inside day, but look at the difference. The inside day has the same direction as the prior day.
Right. Now, Hut,
No,
everybody
the
knows
one you were showing before that, lemonade, I think. Uh,
lemonade.
uh,
We'd love to say
yeah,
lemonade.
there. Okay.
Oh,
See, that's a different candle than the one you're getting in RSI. It's a more positive candle.
this one?
This one right here
Wow.
compared to RSI. Look at the
Okay.
RSI now. Look at
Well, there's the Lemonade Weekly. We discussed this yesterday. Not that Jeff asked that, but the
Okay.
my question is, Mara, is the same feeling I give about Lemonade. Is that, it's got it in it. It's got that volume. It's got buyers. You know what I mean? And it's got people like me that try to be a wise guy and short it. I'm not short. I'm being facetious. So that's what I think about Mara. Obviously, the best of breed. If you're on here for a while, I implore everybody to go back to the YouTube channel. Genie, I got that one. Good, so Jeff, I'll tell you, decent stock selection. I see what you're saying, but all these stocks took calls. HUT, Course. If you remember, Coach, the stock was taking leaps. At 12, it went to 18
Yeah.
leaps. So is Mara? Well, how about Genie? Mara, you need time. Genie, I get it. It looks like so close to 10, it looks like a gimme. Usually you don't. Genie, same thing. Good eye. I mean, you got to look further.
Is
These are
this
one of
an earning? Was that an earnings report
I
gap?
don't know what it did.
Yeah.
Jeff could marry Genie. They'll tell me. I don't know. But you know what? Let's go to this. Not that it's the best thing to do because I have other news pages, but for those that follow Genie, I don't follow many people, so they'll probably have it right here. Genie. Nice beat and raise. So they had earnings, yes. There it is.
Yeah.
And they gamble. I think isn't Genie a gambling site? Jeff. I think Genie's a gambling site. Oh, crypto. That's something to do that. Anyway. No, Genius Sports. That's a casino card. It might be good for RSI. Anyway, so we'll
Okay.
leave it there, Coach.
Okay, buddy.
Earnings
All right.
time.
I just want to remind everyone, David Hunter tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. EST. We'll get an update on his targets. Can ask him about some things that didn't quite get to his levels, like he was looking for 3,000 gold. So we'll get an update on the metals, where he's at on bonds. Have him address his dollar strength because he's a dollar bear. That's part of his melt up scenario. So tune in. It should be a full house for David tomorrow.
It should, if it is, it should be, and we're going to do our best to tell
It
everyone
will be. It will
from
be. He's got a big,
EMPH,
yeah,
other solar stocks. Coach, look at this thing. Solar.
yeah. That's another reason silver's under pressure. With Trump winning, the green energy movement, silver used in solar panels and other green energy, that also pressured silver.
It's amazing.
Okay. So enjoy our new world.
Yeah. Enjoy the new world. You know what the new world is? To learn to let your winners run and cut your losses. This is the type things get out of hand. Believe
All
me.
right. And let me know when we just cross that line to
On
extreme
Facebook?
greed. If we
Oh,
do,
I'll let you know.
I
Trust me.
predict we'll be at extreme greed by, I don't know, no later than
Enjoy the new
Christmas,
world. You know what the new Coach,
maybe sooner. Huh?
we just had you in stereo saying enjoy the new world.
Okay. All right, buddy. Don't just count your pips, count your blessings. See you in the room, Mike. You're doing a great job in the room. New handles in there. Let's keep growing.
Cheers, everyone. Thanks for tuning
And
in.
the cream
Thanks, Coach.
always rises to the top.
If
All
not, you can
right.
always hit the bid.